What's up guys, I'm Jacob Suggs and welcome back to another video. I hope that you enjoyed that new intro. Like I said, I'm trying to change things up for the channel for 2018. So, new style, new format, new background, but more of the same videos that you enjoy. I wouldn't be making this video if it wasn't something that you would probably enjoy. You guys really seem to enjoy me talking about God Particle a few videos back, a film that I'm looking forward to that not many people know is actually coming out this year. So I figured if you're really into me talking about the mysterious, weird movies that are coming out or maybe didn't even get a chance to be made in production, why not talk about more of that stuff if you guys seem to enjoy it? And that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about today, because what if I told you there was a movie coming out this October that's even more secretive than my most anticipated movie of this year. Now, I love Cloverfield and 10 Cloverfield Lane, and if you didn't know, my most anticipated movie of the year is actually God Particle, which is the third installment in the franchise that's supposed to come out in April, but it's been pushed so many times that even I'm unsure of when it's coming out. That's just the tactic that Bad Robot and Paramount are using in order to generate hype for the movie, to eventually surprise us, completely take us out of left field like they did with 10 Cloverfield Lane and Cloverfield. And if you haven't seen my video discussing God Particle in depth, I highly recommend you check that out, since I briefly mentioned the film that we're going to be discussing today in that video. Link to the God Particle video will be down in the description below. Once again, these films take place in the Cloverfield universe, or Cloververse as it's been dubbed online, which all of these films are loosely connected to one another, yet all have productions that are pretty much shrouded in secrecy. And this intrigues both the casual moviegoer and film buffs like myself to go check out these mysterious movies to see what's gonna happen and what's going on in this movie. It's kind of a brilliant marketing technique, but also works in the movie's favor. Usually these movies are made on cheaper budgets and tell stories in small ways, or at least the previous two films in the Cloverfield universe have been that way. And the reason why these movies keep getting made is because Paramount's like, oh, we can make these films on a small budget and just completely turn a profit later on when we release it, theatrically. So from a business perspective, it's very intriguing, and from a narrative filmmaking perspective, it's intriguing based on the concept alone. And another reason why is because these scripts that they use as the basis for these Cloverfield films are actually scripts that are submitted to Paramount, but Paramount puts on the back burner for films that could be produced later on, or they could just be left on the shelf forever. And sometimes Bad Robot and J.J. Abrams get a hold of one of those scripts and turn it into 10 Cloverfield Lane. And I also love these movies because it gives independent filmmakers a lot to work with, and independent filmmakers that haven't made a big theatrical movie the chance to have a big theatrical movie and help get their name out. And that's why I'm at a crossroads, because the film that we're talking about today might not even be a Cloverfield movie. In fact, it's so secretive that we haven't seen anything from it and barely know anything about it. Like, even less than God Particle. And if you've seen my video about God Particle or know anything about Cloverfield 3 in general, saying that we don't know a lot about this film and know more about that film is kind of a big deal. And just like God Particle, this movie's cast is just mainly a list of unknowns. In fact, scrolling through the Wikipedia page and looking at some of the actors and actresses in this movie, to be straight up honest with you, I didn't know who a single person was. And that could be a good thing or a bad thing, but considering Bad Robot, in my opinion, hasn't put out a bad film yet, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this might actually be a great thing and work in the movie's favor. And the fact that we don't even know the budget for this movie further kind of pushes the idea that this could not be a Cloverfield movie. This could maybe just be its own unique thing. Granted, there are a lot of compelling reasons and arguments as to why this could definitely be the fourth Cloverfield movie coming out this year. However, there are also a lot of arguments saying the complete opposite. And both have valid points, and that's kind of what I want to get into today. I want to talk about this mysterious film called Overlord. And I also want to mention that some fans have dubbed this movie's title as Cloverlord, which, if that is the actual title for this movie, It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Bad Robot and Paramount have this film planning to drop on October 26, 2018. The film is going to be directed by Julius Avery, who, once again, looking into his filmography, has made a few small things here and there and some short films, but overall hasn't directed anything noteworthy, much like Matt Reeves at the time and Dan Trachtenberg more recently for 10 Cloverfield Lane. The only thing that we really have for a 100% fact about this movie is the synopsis, and I played it in the God Particle video, but I'm also going to play it here really quick, so insert the title now. And that's pretty much all we know about this movie. No trailer, no poster, no nothing, and granted this movie is a few months away from release, so they have time to market the film, but once again, like, it's just so mysterious that you can't help but push it aside. If you don't know anything about a movie, obviously it's off your radar. They're gonna wait until the right time to announce this film, and whenever they do, trust me, I'm gonna cover it. However, I do want to discuss the quote-unquote supernatural forces that the synopsis for this movie talks about, because honestly, they could be anything. This is the element that sticks out to many people, including myself, and that's really the only one element that could potentially tie this movie into the rest of the Cloverfield universe. Other than that, it sounds like a really intriguing war film with kind of a science fiction edge. And granted, with somebody like J.J. Abrams behind the scenes producing this film, we're definitely going to get more than an average war movie. There's going to be some giant twist that we didn't see coming. He's going to M. Night Shyamalan us and surprise us all. I just don't know how he's gonna do it, and I'm glad that I don't know how he is gonna do it, because I feel like in a world where we know everything about movies, it's good to have these little movies that don't tell us anything at all. And no, I don't think that it's going to be about zombies, mostly because it feels like the zombie craze is sort of run out of steam. I mean, if you've seen The Walking Dead lately, you kinda know why. Granted, it's not technically the zombies' fault, but it is a giant zombie show that has declined over the years. Unless they do this in a really unique and special and cool way, I can't see them taking that route. Yes, I am aware that on Wikipedia it says that Julius Avery was announced to direct a World War II zombie flick, but I feel like this could honestly be a giant potential misdirection. J.J. Abrams likes posing questions more so than answering them, and if you have a treasure map, he's more interested in how you get the treasure than actually finding the treasure itself. Once again, I'm going to bring this up. I did mention this in the God Particle video, but if you've seen J.J. Abrams' TED Talk about the mystery box, it's really interesting to see how he develops a movie and how he keeps posing these questions instead of answering them. If you haven't seen that video, link will be down in the description below. I just want to say that I get how you could be upset that I don't have anything of real notice to show you at this time, but just wait. On the Cloververse subreddit, one user found several photos from a Warner Brothers lot in Leavesden, which is in the UK. I didn't know that until further research. And all of these images, which I'm actually going to show you now, contain cranes, production badges, and t-shirts for the crew, and to be straight up honest with you, it feels pretty valid to me. The only picture that really stands out to me is this one of the set, to where we see several parachutes hanging over trees, as well as what seems to be a stunt dummy hanging down from one of the chutes. Other than that, there's really nothing of notice here, unless you're just really interested as to who these people are working behind the scenes. I don't think somebody would fake this, especially because they're spread out throughout various Instagrams and that's how they were found. So I do think that there is a 100% chance that these are most definitely real. And I know that the Warner Brothers logo might raise some questions, but this is still a Paramount production. It's just being shot on a Warner Brothers lot in the United Kingdom. And this isn't some crazy uncommon thing. Studios do this all the time. trust me on this one, this isn't like a giant thing. In fact, they're probably just doing it to keep the movie even more secret, because why would you expect this film that's a Paramount production to be shot on a Warner Brothers lot? It just doesn't add up, which is exactly how they want you to think. Yeah. And another Redditor claimed that this movie might coincide with Cloverfield due to Tagruato, a fictional company in all of Abrams' films, being founded in 1944, the same year that Overlord takes place. But keep in mind that all of this is just mainly speculation at this point, and this could just be a wild rumor that has nothing to do with the actual movie. But it would be a cool way to continue the tie-ins and loose connections with these Cloverfield movies. If Overlord is a Cloverfield movie, I can't specify that enough. This film could be part of the Cloverfield universe, it could not be part of the Cloverfield universe. I have no clue. And to be honest with you, I can't wait to check this movie out. I'm looking forward to God Particle, I'm looking forward to A Quiet Place, and I'm looking forward to Overlord this October. And hopefully now you are too. I hope that these videos are kind of raising awareness for this film, because I know that I'm interested in these movies and not many people are. Not many people know that these movies are coming out, so I just kind of want to spread the word of what I'm looking forward to, and hopefully you're all looking forward to it now as well. That being said, what do you think of Overlord? Do you think it's a Cloverfield movie? A Bad Robot Paramount movie that has nothing to do with anything? What do you think about this mysterious movie? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, I'm Frame by Frame. Remember the name, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.